Hello guys, how you doing? How you doing? It's Mason here, and of course, thank you very much for being here with me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whatever time it is, wherever you are, and whatever you could be doing. As for me, I'm having a liquid drink. Cheers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought, because of everything that's happening around us, everything that's happening to us at the moment, I just thought I will come up and step up to the plate and be the voice of reason, voice of stability, and let's have a little chat, let's have a little discussion, okay? A lot of people are anxious, a lot of people are scared, a lot of people are petrified, and to be quite honest, I'm quite worried because there's a lot of people that's going to have a lot of mental health issues of all this lockdown, social distancing, isolation, self-quarantine, COVID-19 coronavirus, that's a pandemic that's going on. There's lots of people who are going to be have some mental health issues. There's a lot of people who are petrified, and it's reasonably and understandable. Totally understand it. But I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, to tell you something that's probably might change your perception. I probably might change your life. I don't know. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm not saying I'm a guru. I'm not saying I Mr. Perfect. But what I do know is this. I know metaphysics. And when I'm talking about metaphysics, I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about the real identity of you, the real identity of me, the real identity of us. You see, a lot of us, we are scared and we get scared, which is natural. As human beings, it's something that is in us, it's innate in us that we are going to have some fear factor. We're going to have scared, we're going to be scared. It's totally natural. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that fear sometimes could be an illusion. Fear sometimes could be something that is made up, something that is not authentic, something that is synthetic, something that is artificial. Sometimes we can get encompassed and disillusioned with the fear to the point that we do not understand reality, to the point that we did not get a grip with the reality. And I think, and I suspect that's what's happening at this very moment of time with this pandemic, with all these lockdowns and all these measures, public health measures that are going on, which are totally understand. It's all for a good cause. It's all for trying to reduce the spreading of this virus, which is a pandemic. I totally understand that. But at the same time, we did not have to be engulfed with fear. Remember the definition of fear, ladies and gentlemen. Fear is nothing else but facts, false evidence appearing real. It's an acronym. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. You do not necessarily have to be scared of anything. And I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be scared of anything. I'm going to tell you why instead of being scared, you need to empower yourself. Okay? Let me take a little drink. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason why a lot of people get fearful is because they do not understand the self. The only reason why people get fearful is because they have been indoctrinated and bamboozled and disillusioned into the Maya. Okay? You need to understand the real you. Who are you? A lot of people, if I ask you, who are you, you're going to tell me your name. You're gonna tell me where you're from. You're gonna tell me how old you are. You're gonna tell me your ethnicity. You're gonna tell me your country of origin. You're gonna tell me your tribe. You're gonna tell me what country you was born. You're gonna tell me your skin pigmentation. You're gonna tell me everything else, but not the real you. Because the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the real you is creative consciousness, infinite consciousness. That's the real you. Yes, I know that a lot of people are going to be saying, yes, Mason, you're talking pokies, you're talking a rubbish, brother, because we're not into this religious thing. We're not even into all these biblical things, whatever. I know that's what a lot of people might say to me. But I'm going to tell you this. It's got nothing to do with the religion. I'm not even a religious person. I don't even go to church. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't do none of that. I don't even do none of that. But what I do is spirituality. And what I know is spirituality. What I know is that you are not your flesh and your bones. There's a creative power within you which is expressing or manifesting, experiencing this physical reality through you. That's your real you. That's your real identity. This flesh and bones is just an avatar for this creative consciousness to experiencing this reality. There is no such thing as death. You see, there's a fear factor. A lot of people are petrified of dying. A lot of people, because the thing is, because we've been so much engaged with materialism, to the material life, we've been so much engaged to matter that we've actually come to associate ourselves with the matter. We want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. We want to know if everything that I have I'm going to have it tomorrow. We want to know if my monthly income is going to come tomorrow. We want to know if I'm going to have a house over my. I'm going to have a house, a roof over my head tomorrow. We want to know if I'm going to have an income, if I'm going to have a job guaranteed to me. These are all things that we are scared of because we have been so much saturated, indoctrinated, bamboozled into capitalism and consumerism. We have moved so far away from our reality, our real self, and our real you. Like I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not your flesh and bones. It's not your ethnicity. It's not even your sexuality. It's not even your gender. It's not even your skin pigmentation. It's not your country of origin. It's not your birth certificate. It's not your passport. It's not what your mother, your father have told you. It's not what your mates have told you. The real you is divine consciousness. That's you. Divine consciousness does not experience death. Divine consciousness was there yesterday, is here today, and will be there tomorrow. If anything happens to my avatar, which is my body in this physical reality, you guys, you're going to take my avatar, my body, and bury me. You're going to bury their body. Actually, let me rephrase that. You're going to bury my body. You're going to put my body in a coffin. But you're not going to bury my soul. You're not going to bury my spirit. You're not going to bury my consciousness, which is the real me. Do you understand that? So all of you guys who are petrified, who are scared what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going on in this unprecedented times that we're living, what's going to happen to me tomorrow? Am I going to have a job? Am I going to have my girlfriend? Am I going to have my boyfriend? Am I going to have my wife? Am I going to have my husband? Am I going to have my house? Am I going to have my car? Detach yourself from materialism. Detach yourself from materialism and assume and go back to the real you. which is spiritual self. Yes, I don't want to sound like a preacher because I'm not a preacher. I don't even do preaching. I do not want to preach anything to you. I want to try to inject some consciousness, some awakening, some enlightenment inside your psyche. Because we are in the age of enlightenment, ladies and gentlemen. You need to understand where you are. Stop following sheep. Sometimes, yes, the media is going to be bombarding us with so much fear, so much fear mongering. And you know what? If you do not know who you are, you're going to belittle yourself. You're going to feel like you're in a prison and you're going to victimize yourself. You're going to be so much anxious. You're going to have so much mental health problems because you think you are what they think you are, or you think you are what they want you to think you are. But rise above the water, walk on water. You are not your body, you are not your flesh and bones. You are way better, 10 times better than that. So for every single person who is worried, every single person who is anxious, every single person who is stressed and distressed about everything that's happening at this moment of time, I just want to assure you, rest assured, there is nothing to worry about. There is absolutely nothing to worry about. Yes, I know you're going to be telling me, bruv, you're too much drink. I don't know what you're talking about because I ain't got my job. I ain't got no income. And what is an income? What is a job? What is a job? What is an income? Are you here to work? Were you born to work? Were you born to go and work for somebody and earn some money? Is that what you think you came here for? Is that what you think your life is all about? Do you think you were conceived to come into this reality so that you can go and work and earn a wage? Is that what you think? That's what life is all about? No. You were not brought for that purpose, ladies and gentlemen. You are greater and mightier than that. You can create any reality that you want because the thing is, you are more powerful than you've ever given credit to yourself. The only thing that's stopping you from having anything that you want is your imagination. It is only your imagination. How deep, how powerful, how long, and how imaginative, how creative your imaginative power is. How creative is your imagination? That's the only thing that's stopping you. You're not here to be a slave. You're not here to be working the fields. You're not here to be working to enrich other people through this capitalistic capitalism system that we have, this monetary system that we have. This is just all artificial. This system, this reality was created by other people, and you're living it. But it doesn't mean that this is real. Somebody has created this matrix for you, and you are within the matrix, but it doesn't mean that's real. You have allowed it to be real by following the rules of the system. Are you with me? You have allowed it to be real by following the rules of the system, but you can transcend over that. You can go over the system. You can come out of the box, Imagine this. Imagine if a fish could talk. If you go to a fish and you ask a fish, any kind of fish, a tilapia, cod, haddock, whatever kind of fish, you ask it, how does it feel to live in water? And you know what the fish is going to respond to you? It'll be like, huh? What water? What are you talking about? What water? What water? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What water? Exactly. Because the fish has actually connected too much, engaged too much with water that it has lost its reality. It does not know that it's actually living in water. fish don't know that it's living in water. They don't even know that, because that's their reality. But this is water that was given to the fish. Same thing with this capitalism society system that we have, this monetary system that we have. Do not be a victim of the system. Understand that you are a spiritual being. You're not a flesh and bones. You are more powerful than what you think you are. You can create any reality. You are not here to be a slave. Nobody can enslave you. You can only enslave yourself if you agree to the rules of the system. You can only get depressed and get anxious only if you agree to the rules of the system. But if you transcend beyond that, and you understand that you are not your flesh and bones, you are not black, you are not white, you are not a man, you are not a woman, you are not young, you're not old, you're not poor, you're not rich, you're not from a first world country, you're not from a third world country. You are divine consciousness, which is experiencing a reality in this realm. That's what you are. A lot of people do not know this. So I want to be a voice of reason today, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I want you to understand, if there's any of my brothers, any of my sisters, anybody else who is going through some hard times, they're wondering, what has this world come to? They're wondering, when is this going to end? They're wondering what the future is going to be like. I want you to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a maya. This is an illusion. You are beyond that. You do not have to agree to the rules of this system. You can go beyond that, because you are an infinite conscious energy. There is no death. Do not be scared of death. A lot of people, the reason why they're so fearful is because they're scared of death. But nothing dies. Nothing ever dies. You never die. I'm telling you this. You never, there is no such thing as death. Death is just a death. The only thing that dies, yeah, if you're going to be technical about it, really, it's your avatar, it's your flesh and bone, but your soul, your spirit does not die. Your consciousness does not die. It only elevates and passes over to another realm of existence. There's only one consciousness which is experiencing life in this reality. Imagine if you had the power. Just imagine this, right? Put it this way, yeah? Imagine if you had the power, this creative divine power. Let's assume you're God, right? You have the divine creative power to be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to be. And you use this creative divine power, you use a dog, a goat, a giraffe, a lion, whatever that you can think of. You take the identity of a dog, you take the identity of a goat, a cat, whatever, and you know there is no limitations for what you can do. There is no limitations to what you can achieve, what you can have, attract, whatever. But you limit yourself by assuming or taking the identity of a dog, a lion, whatever, right? Now, and you know that you've got the power to be wherever, do whatever, but you limit yourself to the dog or to the whatever. Now, imagine when the dog, the cat, the mouse, the lion, the giraffe, one day it has a spiritual experiencing or a great awakening and understand that it's not a dog. It's just a creative power which is experiencing this body. This is the great awakening. This is the spiritual spiritual awakening. This is the real you, ladies and gentlemen, because you are what you are. You are the creative consciousness. There is no death. I know a lot of people, yes, on the news, you are hearing all sorts of things every single day. There's so much, 5,000 people dead here and there, and this and that. And a lot of people are petrified because they are holding on to this material life. But let me tell you, I want to be the voice of reason. Yes, a lot of people might not agree with what I'm saying, but listen to me. There is no such thing as death. In understanding who you are a divine consciousness. You are the beginning, you are the present, and you are the future. You are the infinite conscious energy. You are the soul and the spirit. You are